Welcome to our next episode of Entrepreneur Pit Stop, and we are here with
Essi. Hello, everybody.
and we're going to have a little chat about young entrepreneurship. And, I think it's important to get out there and get some information and, let all what's possible, what's not possible, some little hurdles that some young aspiring entrepreneurs might have. Here on Entrepreneur Pit Stop, what we do is we talk about different attributes of entrepreneurship, success, failure, all of it, because it's all valuable. And I like to talk about at least one thing that might be an obstacle, a problem, whether it's in the government, whether it's the policies, whether it's something that you came across personally. But we never like to leave the show without a solution, some sort of remedy, some sort of problem solving dynamic that can help overcome it, get around it, have a different perspective, whatever it is. So that we always leave on an upswing, positive note, and we can get back out there in a race.
True. And it's all part of it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yep. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to be an entrepreneur?
Okay, so my name is Essi. I'm 21 years old. And I'm from Raisio, this little city near Turku. And I have a lot of different entrepreneurial things going on in my life. So, for example, I got interested in entrepreneurship like a few years ago. And then I started doing research, like where could I study entrepreneurship, like especially. And I found out that the University of Applied Sciences in Turku, they order this entrepreneur, it's called Business Academy. And I was like, I'm going there. And I applied and I got into the school, and now I'm on my third year of my entrepreneur studies. So I'm studying like entrepreneurship, like innovative entrepreneurship. And it works like we are as a classroom, we work as a cooperative. So we have the I number. So we can, we work as a real company. And there's like a 15 of us, but now a little less because a few of us are doing an exchange. And so this is my last year of my entrepreneur studies. And also from this school, I got this opportunity to do my practical training for entrepreneurs of Turku. And it was a blessing for me. So I did that last spring. It was half a year project for me. So that practical training took half a year, and I was working for entrepreneurs of Turku, and I'm doing like all the little different things for the entrepreneur organization. So I work as I don't know my work name, but
the
title of my work, but I do a lot of different things. I do social media marketing, I do newsletters, I do edit the websites, I organize events and parties, and I help my coworker with everything she needs. So, doing a lot of different things.
So you seem to have your hands in a lot of little pots.
Yeah.
So one question: you're in this program with school, with university. What is, let's say, when you did your practical training? Okay, what is one thing that stood out as being really valuable that you could take with you, and it would last a while, something that was a real takeaway?
I have a perfect answer for that. Networking. I think the networking that I got from the entrepreneurs of Turku is the most valuable thing that I've got in a while. So I got to meet so many amazing people, and I've got to hang out with them and talk with different entrepreneurs and like people who have really inspiring entrepreneurial stories. So I got to network with awesome people. So I think the networking, because like I have the connections, they're not going anywhere. So the networking, I can take it further in my life and like.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then networking is also useful for anything. Right?
Yes.
For work, it could be good for
hobbies, for entrepreneurship, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really kind of funny, right? Finns, my experience as an expat, because I come from America, so I'm not Finnish. So I have the external perspective, and Finns are not very social.
I know.
They don't like to network.
Yeah.
Even though they try to have these networking organizations, and a lot of times they they don't last very long.
No.
They go away.
Yeah.
And it's whether it's the marketing of them, whether it's the organization of them or the interest, just because maybe it's not observed that it's a high value, or they just don't like to talk socially.
Yeah.
They like the space. It's the 3 meters at the bus stop.
Yeah.
Principle.
Yeah. Or like talking to each other and
Right.
it's like backing up if you get
Right.
too close.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but what you're saying is that you found that to be one of the most valuable.
I do. Yeah, I do. I mean, not everybody likes to be very social and talkative and like network a lot, but
But it's necessary.
yeah, I have found that very necessary.
So now this is
Especially when you work as an entrepreneur.
right.
Yeah.
So it's also too is the principle. They say that you're only as successful as the size of your network.
Mm.
How many people who knows who, because you never know what that you may need something. You might be able to help somebody. Entrepreneurship is a give and take
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, and that's what I love about entrepreneurs. They love to help each other. They like actually genuinely want to help each other, and they want to help you to like succeed and stuff like that. So I really like the spirit of entrepreneur.
Right. And in order to know that, and in order to find those people, or for those people that you can help, you need to have networks, and therefore you need to network.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a really important takeaway, and good for you for recognizing.
Yeah.
And so in the same principle of things, what was something that you found or that you realized to be weary of, to be cautious of, that what to look out for, what to pay attention to, so that you don't run into as many problems or obstacles or challenges?
About networking or
No, about
general?
entrepreneurship, about whatever you learned on your practical training.
Well, yeah, I've learned a lot of different things, and probably the most important thing is that you have to pay attention to the details. Like you can't just like push everything. You have to be very precise and like check out what have you done? Did you make any mistakes? Maybe because I'm writing a lot of text. So I need to like read the text over and over again, see the mistakes that I made and like correct the sentences, and like I have to be very particular about everything I do. So
that's also good too, because entrepreneurs have to maintain their own businesses. They have to, I think micromanaging is a bad terminology. You almost have to not micromanage the people, but you have to micromanage the operations. And you have to really know everything that is happening or going on, or that when you still have to, even if you have somebody that you trust to operate something, you still need to know somewhat what's happening or going on. So, okay, that's great. So before we move on to the next thing, and I want to hear about, you have a new venture coming up.
Yeah, I am actually going to do an exchange.
Another exchange?
Yeah, another exchange in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going there next spring.
Okay, excellent. So, but before we get to that, we're going to take a second commercial break, just because there's some things that I have, books and activewear, to promote and support entrepreneurship. And you can find them at Wear to Rise, WEAR. To Rise is clothing for inspirational wear for young people, adults, children, and with inspirational quotes and things on them. And then also I have books, picture size, to help presentation and pitching, and The Theatrics of Success, which is unleashing your potential. It's a succeeding in life from the internal out. And we're here at Entrepreneur Pit Stop, where we refuel for success, and we take a break from all of the chaos and craziness that happens when you're building businesses or living an entrepreneur life. And you need to regroup. You need to recharge. You need to connect with people and help somebody else and let them help you, and do the exchange and just unwind and get a bird's eye focus of what might be happening if you're down and in the trenches of doing things So in that pit stop, we, put on new tires, refuel our cars, and get back out there for the race, so to speak. So thank you for joining us here at Entrepreneur Pit Stop, and we're back. We're talking about Japan.
Yeah.
And where are you going now? Why are you going to Japan?
Okay. So I got introduced to solo traveling a few years ago. I did kind of like an exchange thing before. I did like a working holiday, and I worked as a summer camp counselor in the USA, and that got me really excited. I was like, I actually love this. I want to get another solo traveling experience, not just going on for a week to like lay on the beach. I want to go somewhere else, like live somewhere else and truly get to know the culture. I saw like advertisements on the school screens that said like, do an exchange in Japan. I was like, my God, you can go to Japan? And I have wanted to visit Japan for a few years now. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I applied in September, I sent the application.
Okay.
And I got accepted, and I'm very happy about it.
So is it through the school?
Yeah, it's through the school, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to do like a 4 or 5 months or something like that in Japan. It is a city called Sendai.
Okay.
Sendai is like up to the north from Tokyo.
Okay. I was actually just in Japan not too long ago on a 2-week entrepreneur joint venture with one of the tech universities, and we were in Kosan, and which is like 4 or 5 hours away from Tokyo, but we were like an hour or two outside Osaka.
Oh yeah, that
way.
Yeah, okay.
And so Japan was a very interesting experience. Not good or bad, just very different.
No, the culture is like super different.
So different. And what you see on TV and in the movies is it's different when you feel it.
Yeah.
It very much is. But what I found interesting was that the people at the university that I worked at, that I went to go visit, they were so enthusiastic with doing these entrepreneur program. They don't really have.
It's very nice.
They don't really have a startup communities.
Yeah.
So
it's a pretty new thing in Finland too.
It is, but it's like that much newer there. If we've been working on it for 10 years or 15 years, they're working on it for 2 years.
Yeah.
So and it's such an odd relationship. Finland and Japan have this.
They love Finnish people. They're like,
this weird. Yeah, it's like they have this odd relationship, right, between Finland and we. So we were walking through a mall, and they had this kiosk, the mall kiosk, or Mumi stuff.
So cute.
But they have this also, like the universities have this collaboration.
Yeah.
And which is kind of odd, I find, but interesting nonetheless. So they have been getting a lot of their startup and entrepreneur training from actually Finland.
Well, that's cool.
So there's been a lot of collaboration, with the universities to do this, because they don't have their own developmental. They don't have their own startup ecosystem or their own entrepreneur kind of collective. So there'll be. So now you're going on a joint venture to work on entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I'm gonna do entrepreneurship courses in the local university.
Okay.
It's called Miyagi, University of Miyagi, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun, and then you're gonna go for a whole semester.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole semester, whole the spring semester.
Yeah, the spring.
I'm gonna spend there the next spring and summer. It's gonna be hot. I've heard that it's very hot.
It gets hot.
Yeah, but it's okay.
If you think, because listen, I don't know how hot you like it, but typically don't like it over 20
I know.
on a stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll hit 35, 38 there.
That's terrible.
It can get, but it's not the sun heat. It gets very, very humid.
Yeah, it's like.
So, well, then you'll be fine if it's like a sauna.
Just have to think about that. Oh, okay, I'm in sauna now.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So now you're also moving into your own personal direction of entrepreneurship. You're gonna start to take the horse by the reins and
Yeah.
sort of speak and go in your own direction. So what do you don't have to say everything, because like I also believe that like don't let the cat out of the bag with everything. So you can discern what you talk about. You don't have to mention the idea, but maybe if you want to mention some of the things that you're learning about putting it together.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And stuff like that, like who you decided to work with or why. And you don't have to mention names, but just the process, a little bit about the process that you go through as you're learning to do it and not having had done this before.
Okay, so I kind of have two businesses. One is already going on.
Okay.
But I haven't put up the toiminimi, the trade name for it yet. But it's a work in progress. I can tell you a little bit more about that later. And also I have this new business idea that I'm working with my colleagues, with my few of my friends. So which one do I tell first? Maybe the toiminimi one. Okay, so I love art and I love drawing. And a few years ago, I was actually in the youth council of Raisio.
Okay.
It was like this youth council group. We did like city politics and stuff. So we did this initiative that it would be awesome to have more art in the streets of Raisio. And it actually went through and they were like, that's a good idea. Because of that initiative, they made it legal to paint graffiti in all the undertunnels of Raisio. Like,
okay.
yeah, when you walk through under...
Yeah, the walking under the road.
So those are now legal places to paint graffiti, like street art and graffiti.
Right.
And I was like, that's awesome. And then they asked me, do I know how to paint? And I was like, I mean, I can try. And then they asked if I can gather a group to make a mural art.
Okay.
So this one main under tunnels. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And then I started practicing painting with spray paints. And it actually turned out to be my thing. I got into it very, very quickly. And then we did this huge dragon mural to this one under tunnel. And through that project, I got into graffiti and street art. And now I have been doing it as my hobby for like few years. And I also started to do like few projects for companies and people I know when they wanted to have like a graffiti somewhere. So I think I could just put up a trade name for that kind of a little business. I'm not going to do it as my main thing. Yeah. I'm not going to work as a whole day artist, but I could do that every now and then, once in a while, and like get a few bucks and have fun and
Cool.
Art.
Okay. So you found a little niche for you accidentally.
Yeah. Yes. Actually, yes. And also because like I have loved drawing my whole life, but I have never liked drawing like realistic pictures.
Right.
I've always drawn like
abstract cartoon.
Cartoonish things with like a lot of colors.
Right.
Like over lines and like stuff like that. And I was like,
you don't have to draw in the lines or paint in the lines. You want to like cross through the line.
Like graffiti is an art form that you can use the colors and shapes and like really cartoonish.
Right, there's no restrictions to what there's no theoretical line.
Yeah, so that turned out to be a thing that I really like about like, I like to draw and I like to paint the letters and stuff.
Right. All right, cool.
That's one of the...
Now we got to break. I don't know if Turku might be a little bit more uptight. They might not let that.
I know.
But then if you go to like Piispainriitsi, on the side of that one office building, they have that huge whale mural.
Yeah.
So, and downtown, on the side of the one building, they have that funky character looking.
I remember, and also they have this train yard in the downtown too. And I actually know the guy who has done all the murals. He doesn't know me, but I know I know who he is. But yeah, that would be awesome if Turku could also make it legal to paint in the under tunnels. I mean, that could be a little more tight, but I think one of my friends wants to push the initiative through. We can try it.
It can't hurt. And listen, you have Raisio already done, so it's a good case study.
Good example. And they don't have any negative experiences. I was just talking with the leader of Raisio about this in this one gala gathering, and he said that there is no bad reputation or like
No bad feedback for.
yeah, it's like people like to when the undertunnels they are dark and scary and disgusting. The art makes them way more
A
beautiful.
little bit lighter.
Yeah, people have something to look at when they walk under the.
Right. Instead of worrying about who's coming through on the other end.
Yeah. I think it's a very nice and like it's open for everybody. Anybody can go and paint. Either with like brushes or the spray paint games.
So that was cool.
Thanks.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
My next project is I'm painting this. I want car repeller store or like car fix.
Okay, the repair shop.
Repair shop, yeah. For this one car fixing shop, I'm gonna paint this one sea container.
Okay.
Like one side of it, there will be a car and there will be their logo and like a pile of tires and stuff like that. That's my next one. But it's a bit cold outside and I don't really want to paint when it's -10 degrees. So we have to see.
Okay, when I start my food business, I'm going to get a container. You can paint it.
Yes! Actually, I painted this one taco truck.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's around, it goes around.
Hey, is it the trailer?
Yeah, it's the black,
guys, the black trailer box. They built it on one of those little trailers.
And there's like flames.
I thought that was a pretty.
Thanks. There's like flames and there's this character standing.
Right. Oh, so you did that?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, did you put a little stamp on? Oh yeah, I like that little. I thought that was a really cool idea that they did. Built
Like a little.
Also, too, is they didn't have to spend 20, 50,000 euros.
Literally.
I mean, the trailer's a couple hundred, 1,200 at the most. Buy a used one.
Yeah.
They built a kitchen
inside
with the wooden walls.
That was
on a little trailer.
Shout out.
That was his name, Gustavo. Yeah, good taco little taco trailer. I've seen him this summer at the food fair.
They're like in
pretty cool.
In the Aurajoki, the river, like beside the river. All the summer days.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
But
that's a good little entrepreneur story. I mean,
true,
two little, what are they, brothers or friends? I think there's two guys that do it.
Gustavo he made that thing up, but there's like people helping him to make the food. So I think there's like 2 or 3 or something.
Right.
Doing the food.
Yeah, neat. Okay, cool. So now you have another venture going.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to talk a lot about it.
I can just mention.
But I think this is
what I'm going to mention.
I like this idea because it's a global idea and it's a real business. It's like the next step.
Yeah.
You go through these phases, right? You do little things that are like, okay, but then you get to a point where it's like, wow, you can actually be a global brand.
True.
I mean, there's a lot of potential here.
Thanks.
If you do it right.
Yeah, and we are trying to do it right.
And I think that's smart, but it's also fun and exciting.
Yeah, I can tell like the general idea. So my friends and me also, we are doing skateboarding and snowboarding. And we wanted to make this very cool streetwear clothing brand for skateboarders and people who like streetwear in general. And the key point is that it's all made from recycled materials. Yeah. And we would love to make because there's so many clothes already on this planet. So we would love to make the clothes that they're already existing. Like we don't want to sew new clothes from recycled materials. We want to fix old ones and tuning.
Okay.
Do some tuning to the repairing already existing clothes because there's already so much clothes in this world. But yeah, that's the general idea, and I think we have a pretty cool team behind this. So I'm kind of like the mastermind behind this all, but I have a lot of good people with me doing this with me. So there's this one guy who is a tech nerd in a way. Okay. He has made websites and web stores and stuff like that before. So he's doing all the computer things and accounting and stuff. And then we have one of my friends who is very good at snowboarding. He's one of the top of Finland in snowboarding. So he's our stunt guy. So he's doing the stunts. And then I have one of my friends is studying marketing and advertising planning thing. Yeah. So she's doing the visual materials. And one of my friends is sewing the clothes. So that's his passion to like, fashion is his
Right.
passion. So he is doing clothes. So we have like everything we need. And like we just thought like we all want to do something creative and like
Right.
something very cool and make a business. So why wouldn't just all put our effort together and like make a cool one brand? So let's hope it will be a big thing someday. But we're just planning about
Right.
it now. And we are planning to start the actual business maybe next autumn after I come back from Japan.
Okay. Well, if it ever makes it to the States, I know a bunch of shops, snowboard and ski shops
Yeah.
to get you inside. I would love to hear, you know, in a year or two, even if it tanks, even if the idea totally bombs, right?
Yeah.
I would love to know why, you know, or if it succeeds. I'd love to know, like what were the key factors that helped you to really, that you had to overcome, had to find this, you know, keep battling through.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be interesting to see how your journey progresses.
Yeah, we can do another
So,
episode.
to you, right? But I think it's kind of cool. It's fun. It's nice that you're honest, like,
Episode of making like my dreams come true in entrepreneurship field or something.
right. Right.
Yeah, 'cause
So let me ask you though, real quick, is there been easy for you as a young person still in school with the resources available locally?
I would say so. Maybe,
Okay, good.
maybe just because I work for the entrepreneurs of Turku, I've got to know many people who can help me with things. And there's like this, I don't know how to say it in English. It's like entrepreneurship aunties
Okay.
or like
Mentors.
mentors. Yeah, thank you. So like I know that there's entrepreneurship mentors that can help us to
Right.
get started, and like there's a lot of, they help us in
So it's been really useful.
yeah. The network has been very useful, and also I've been taking a part on few Boost events. I
Okay.
think the Boost is very, very good. It's like startup community to
Right.
network and get to know people.
Right. Yeah. They've
I
been
think-
doing a lot more events to get people
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, I think in Turku or in Finland in general, there is a nice atmosphere for starting a company or entrepreneurship.
Nice. That's excellent.
Thanks.
Well, thank you.
Thank
you so much for being on the show and being on Entrepreneur Pit Stop. And I wish you the best.
Thank you too.
And I'll see you around.
Thank
You
for
know,
inviting me.
both local. But you know, big takeaway, right? Network. You know, get out there, meet
Network.
people. You know, talk to people, and you know what? Just take a shot, right?
Yeah, my advice would be like do your own thing and see how it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And if it doesn't go well, you try another one. But if it goes well, then great. You know, you had nothing to lose and you gave it a shot.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We should have a wonderful rest of the day. You too. All to watch.
All the people listening and watching.
Yes. Thank you.